I remember going to the corner store and you saw pimps and you saw drug dealers. You saw all those people. But the one thing that they never did, they never glorified it at all. We'd go by the store, 5 or 6 of us. There'd be a big drug dealer parked out in front of the store. He would say, come on over here, let me talk to y'all. And he would say things like, look, I see you looking at my car and looking at my women and all those things, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't ever want to see you doing what I do. And to us, it didn't make any sense because you look like you're having all the fun in the world. You got money, and we can see that. You got jewelry, mink coats. You got the best Cadillac, and you're driving a Benz. So why wouldn't I want that? They didn't glorify it. They told us, I got this stuff because this is what I had to do to get it. They explained what they had to do to get it. They explained the pain. They explained how many times they've been in prison. And then they said, now after going to prison many times, this is all I have. And I don't want that for you. I don't sleep at night. You may see out here what looks flashy and looks good, but this is not what the real life is. The life is not sleeping. The life is you're constantly in fear. You're wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. That's not what I want from you or for you. So they gave us a few dollars and sent us on our way. Now, they gave back. The money was not what they gave back. They gave back the knowledge for us to not take this road and not let anybody fool us into thinking that we should take that road. So when you talk about giving back, yes, you owe it if you come from a certain place to give back, but it's not monetarily. What you need to do is you give back by being an inspiration. You give back by letting people know your story, letting them know what you overcame. And that's only if you want to. You don't have to. There's no law saying that you have to do any of those things. If it's not within you to do those things, then don't do them because you want to be genuine, because people understand when you're genuine. So if you don't want to do those things, don't do them. Define your own success. Don't let people tell you having a ton of money for you is successful. That's what it is for other people. Don't hate other people for their success. Celebrate it. I celebrate the fact, I love the fact that I can see brothers like Jay-Z, Puffy, Floyd Mayweather Jr., 50 Cent. And I just use those because those are entertainers and those are big names. But there's a ton of other successful black men who've come from humble beginnings and single parent homes that didn't let any of those things stop them. So that's why I use those names. But the other thing is they're in an industry, or they're in industries where their success or their brilliance is very easy to see. If you're a person and you have mental acuity, how do you show that? That's very easily suppressed. You can suppress a very, very, very smart person. If they have acumens in business, if they have acumens in a lot of other things that tend to be mentally driven, then you can suppress that. But when you hear the words of a Jay-Z, you can't suppress that. All he had to do was be heard. Or you see the paintings of a great painter, or you see the words of a great writer. Those things are easily displayed and hard to suppress. But if you have acumen in business, yeah, it can be suppressed. It sure can. But can it be stopped? Absolutely not. No one has the ability to stop you from being successful. Success is a God-given right for everybody. The only thing you have to do is be inspired enough to take action. If you get inspired enough to take action, success is guaranteed to you. Will it be easy? No. There will always be people around trying to define how high you can elevate. There will always be. And they're going to be determining it by how high they think they can elevate. You have to be strong enough mentally and emotionally to live through it. So when you see people who are very successful and you think they're uppity or they're a jerk or they're an idiot or whatever it is you think about them, or an asshole, whatever it is you think, you got to understand that they had to pay a price to be successful. They truly had to pay a price. They had to live through people telling them that they can't do it. They had to live through people trying to find ways to stop them from doing it. So when you see them and they act a certain way, they aren't acting a certain way based on their success. They're acting a certain way based on what they had to go through to attain that success. But it's there for everybody. When you're born, there is a pot of gold. And everything else that you want out of life, that life will provide for you. Anything you have ever imagined is in that pot. You can go get it. It's there for you. No one else can get it because it's yours individually. There isn't a scale that says if Floyd Mayweather has $200 million, then Bobby Smith gets nothing. Floyd's pot is not what your pot is. You have one for you. You can go get it. If you give up, then you won't ever get it. If you keep trying, you won't ever get it. Because it's not about trying. It's when you have made a determination that nothing is going to stop you from getting your pot of gold. That's when you'll get it. Not when you try. I think Yoda said it best. Do or do not do. Don't try. You have to do it. You have to take motion. When you make changes in your life, your whole life changes. Change is motion. You have to do something for change. Talking about change isn't going to make it happen. You got geniuses sitting on the couch right now playing games because they aren't inspired enough, or because they'd rather talk about someone else having something that they wish they had. And then they make it a problem that someone else has attained success. Or they want to kill that person because they've attained success. This is one of the reasons why we have a lot of successful athletes that go broke.